Today on 3D Outdoors, we're going to introduce the Polaris Ranger 900 XP. Stay tuned. Alright, we have the Polaris Ranger 900 XP here. You've probably seen a regular four-wheeler in many of my ice fishing videos in the past, maybe some range videos, and that didn't make it through the winter. So we've added the Polaris Ranger, so let's go through some of the features here. You'll see some additions on it already, and there'll be many more additions as we go forward, but we'll go over those in another video. On the basic unit, you end up getting a 4-stroke twin-cylinder dual overhead engine that is at 875 cc's. I would imagine that's where they get the 900, they round up to 900. And it translates to 68 horsepower. It's got an automatic transmission with a park, reverse, neutral, low range, and then high range. 4-wheel hydraulic disc brakes on it. It can carry 1,500 pounds of payload in the back. And obviously you can tow with it as well. And it weighs 1,318 pounds before you start adding things to it. So let's move in a little closer, go over some of the features, and take a look at it. And first of all, you'll see you have kind of a bench seat, but it's a split. So what you have is you have your seat belt system. You can actually fit 3 riders in there. And then under the seats, you have dry storage compartments. So there's one on that side. It's a little shallower on that side. And on the far side there is a much deeper compartment. And in the center, you have your computer system and your relays, and also probably some room to add some relays and fuses, which I will be doing. Up front, you have your gear shifter with those gears that I described. You have your speedometer on the dash there, and when you have it on, it gives your information in there, including your fuel. We'll turn that on real quick there. And you can see the shows how many miles you have. It's in park right now, and at the very top is your fuel. Has a couple cup holders, one on each side. Has some accessory outlets in there so that if you need to plug in and charge a cell phone or something like that, you can. Little storage compartments all underneath there, which you can fill up if you put a stereo in there or something like that. And the stereo would normally go here in the middle. You have your control for your 4-wheel drive here in the middle. See if I can get a close-up of that or not. There we go. The down position is 2-wheel, or what I would consider 1-wheel wonder. It's a driving with 1 wheel, that way you don't tear up your yard. In the center position, you have posi locked in the rear, and all the way to the top, you got full 4-wheel drive. You have your light system where you have your standard low beam and your high beam lights. And then you move around the back and you have the bed of the UTV, which you can see is kind of spacious, and they have the lock and ride system. And if you've ever used a boat plug to where you put the plug in and you tighten it down and it squishes the rubber together to hold it, it's very similar, and they have all kinds of attachments that you can buy for the back, or you could have some manufactured as well, which you'll see in some future videos here. I'm having some things made for it. It has a tailgate that you can drop down there in the back. You can haul more items, even has some cup holders on it if you happen to be sitting on it. Has tie-down mounts in there, so you can actually tie things down if you're not using the lock and ride system. And the boxes also has the ability, if you have something in it you needed to dump, that you could pull up on the lever there and dump whatever you had in the back if you're hauling gravel, rock, wood, whatever. And when you do that, it also gives you access to the engine underneath it. And everything seems really accessible on this, which is nice. You can see on this side over here, you got the air filter. In the center, you got your oil fill and your oil check. And everything seems to be right out in the open there for you. That way you can get to it. The battery is actually under one of the seats. You can just pull one of the compartments out and get right to it. And you can see there's a hydraulic cylinder there that helps regulate the lift and lowering of that bed on there. And when you're done, you can just push it right back down and lock it in place. Very little effort needed. So there it is, the Polaris Ranger XP900. You'll be seeing many more videos of that going forward there. Like I said, there's some additions on there already. We have some other items that I'm planning to add to that. So look forward to more videos on the Ranger. This is Dan with 3D Outdoors, reminding you to get into the outdoors and enjoy everything it has to offer. See you next time.